Mm. Mhm. Honestly, that's probably was I mean, that probably was for the best, man. Bullish trend, 281. What's the downside? Mm. You think that mm. 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 Okay. Mm. All right, we'll see. Hmm. Shit, the Nasdaq has opened with a gap 3 nights in a row. She's opened with a gap 3 nights in a row. So, uh, okay. All right. So, kind of going over what happened today. We'll talk about today's price action. We'll talk about why this action, or at least the speculation of why we're seeing this big move up. I've already told you that the reason why we're seeing this move at in the first place is because the bulls bought the retest of that pullback from that initial breakout where price moved up 1,688 points to the upside. We're only seeing this move because of that retest. Coincidentally, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday's session. We actually retested and took out that high from April 9th. The top of the initial move. So technically, price has now broke above that high and has now somewhat come back into that range. So we've taken that high out. Price has come back into that range. And if the bulls want to see a continuation, they're going to have to hold somewhere in this area. Now, I mean, they've already bought it at 353. I mean, we're seeing a move back up, but they're going to have to hold. And if we don't see the bulls hold here, well, we could see a move back down. So we're going to have to see what happens with that. We're going to have to see what happens. Actually, let me see if I can just let me see. 'Cause I don't want to put too much data on this damn thing, but this is just an hourly chart. Hopefully, okay. So to just kind of give you a visual of what I'm talking about. All right. So as you can see, this is where price broke out at. You can see that this range is right here. There's that range. Yeah, guys, see that? Yeah. This is initially where price broke up broke 1,688 points to the upside. We see that initial move down. We see that move back up. And you can see that price didn't really test that range. It missed that range by a couple of points. And once we finally got price to come back well into that range, collect all the unfilled buy orders that was sitting in that range, we're now seeing price move up, taking out this high right here. Actually, I think we've already taken out, yeah, we've taken out this high of that initial move right there. So we've officially taken this out. Now the question is, actually, I can't see that. All right. So the question is, will the market begin trading above that high? That's going to be the question for tomorrow's price action. If we see a move back down into this range, into this overall range right here, if we see price come back down into this range, I am looking for price to probably pull back around. Actually, I think I got it written down somewhere. I do want to see how price reacts around 19,180. I do want to see what happens somewhere, and then and if it does test that level, we'll be breaking that trend line too. So that's, I mean, if we break this trend line, it's highly possible that price comes back and they buy it off of this trend line that's coming up as well. If we see a trend line break, we probably will see. So I'm looking at somewhere in this area where this range, you got 165 as I think yesterday's high. Yeah. 165 as yesterday's high. Uh, so somewhere in this range right here is where I'm thinking that we could see price potentially bounce somewhere here. If price comes back down and revisits this area, like around 180, and probably make this. Yeah, that's probably right there. That's more like it right there. I'm looking for. I want to see how price reacts once it gets into this area, and if I do see the reaction, it's highly likely that we'll test obviously this trend line, and if the bulls are unable to bring price back above this trend line right here, then the only thing left for the market to do is fill that gap. Now, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that that the market filling this gap, or what the hell is it? This gap right here is unlikely based on how the market has been moving, but I mean, we all know that eventually the market will come back and fill this gap. We know eventually the market is going to come back and fill this gap right here. The question is, once we fill the gap, will the bulls come back and push this market higher, or will we see a move down? Now, if we're seeing all this momentum coming down, I would find it hard to believe that the bulls are going to be able to buy this thing as it comes down. I think we potentially could see this thing move lower. We do got a swing low right here. We do got a swing low right there. Looks like this thing is calculating. Maybe I don't need around 208. You know what? I don't think I need that much data, and I'm not going to put that much data on this thing. Um, Maybe I should. Like probably like the last 27 days is probably efficient because we don't necessarily need that many days. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think 27 days is probably sufficient. Yeah, 27 days is sufficient. That's fine. Hmm. Hmm. Gold is trending down. Hmm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm. Well, mm, I wonder if the Bears are going to kind of trap high right here, or if this is going to be the start of a because this does look like a, but the EMAs are not. The EMAs aren't set up. This could be a pop to retest this area. We would need a break above these EMAs and then a pullback to show that the bulls are actually back in control. But for right now, he got price below the EMAs right here. So, I mean, if you caught that pop on gold, then I would tread lightly on this, honestly. You got the 200 EMA right there, the 50. Mm. Now I'm kind of thinking about if I should keep this limit here because this is the move I was trying to catch. Yes, I mean, right now the market hasn't really presented a like a clean setup. I mean, this is kind of like maybe I'll say it's like a 50-50 because this thing right here can go either way. More than likely, we will probably see a move down. I mean, we do got a big move down. And so we could potentially see price come back. But I kind of want to see what these EMA does. I want to see the bulls break above these EMAs, and then I'll buy the pullback or, a continuation to the upside. But we're going to have to wait on that. We're going to have to wait for that to set up. And I don't necessarily expect for the Nasdaq or the ES to do anything tonight. I don't expect for them to do anything. Yeah, probably just like a 10 or something. I'll just wait on it. You ain't gotta stop like thinking like that. Mm. Hey, yo, what's up, Investor Z? What happened to the MFF account? Well, shit, at least MFF has been consistently giving out resets the past week. Honestly, if you play your cards right, you can get a free account every day, or you can get a reset of an account every day. You don't have to spend the money on the reset. Play your cards right, because it seems like a lot of people are slow at the reset draw. But what happened? Hmm. Good thing I don't use that for. Yeah, level 2 data on these things just suck. I mean, if it's not ES, it seems like the level 2 data only on ES is good. Everything else sucks. I didn't know that. So that would definitely be like a. Oh no, that's no, I just created that. Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have to see what they do here at 63. Hmm. That's a low of day. That's a low of day. And that's the high of day. Hmm. Okay. Well, that's the move that I was hoping to catch. So I don't know if I should keep this limit here. That's the move I was hoping to catch right there. Hmm. Okay. So I mean now. Hmm. Hmm. We'll see what happens if price comes back down here. We'll see what happens if price comes and the bulls actually hold this move. I mean, as if we get it. I mean, as if we get a pullback. We should. Hmm. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. This is gold right here. Yeah. This thing missed me by about 2 points. Just about. So I figured that price would come back down here. I mean, you got these highs, you got this small little range. I figured price would come back down here, but I guess not. I'm gonna keep my limit here just in case. I'm gonna keep my limit here just in case. But I mean, this is the move. Like I said, I was hoping to catch. So, hmm. I mean, it's not like the Bears can't come back in and sell this down, but I don't. So I don't think I'll be wanting to sell it. I'll be kind of. I'm gonna look to see what they do here at this small little range right here. I mean, this is where they rejected. They broke out. They found support. They found support. They broke through. They came back. I'm gonna see if they what they do right here at this range for a potential move higher. But I'm not gonna force the trade on. I'm not gonna force it. I'm gonna wait for it. I'm gonna wait for it. Yeah, it seems like I mean, I guess I mean the moves really happen around like 8 o'clock, 7. It seems like 7. Yeah, you get like 7, 8 o'clock ish. Yeah, like around 8 o'clock for me. That's probably the time I should be looking at a chart. And I'll probably start doing that from now on, honestly. Because I think around 8 o'clock, from what I've seen, the market likes to have an impulsive move. We get like a bunch of liquidity around this time, around like 8 o'clock. And that's been very consistent. And I looked at that yesterday and I was like, man, maybe I should, yeah, like around 8 o'clock ish, get like a move down. This one happened at 7:40, so it didn't actually wait until 8. But this move happened at 8 o'clock right here. So we got that move down, that push back up, and around 8 o'clock, we got that move down. So I'm gonna have to start looking at gold around 8 o'clock. Probably like 7:30, 8 o'clock ish. Mm. Am I passing or something? Yeah, it seems like around 8 o'clock. Yeah, if I was in the market around 8 o'clock, yeah. All right, so that's something else I'm gonna start doing from now on with gold. Yeah, around 8 o'clock ish. That's when it seems like the market likes to move around 8 o'clock. All right, I'll keep that in mind from now on, moving forward. And yeah, from this we had a really big move. So 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock on the dot. All right. Yeah, I appreciate that, Investor Z. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. Trying to, and actually, this was kind of inspired. This is why having a trading partner is definitely recommended. You can actually have somebody to talk to. I mean, when I'm on stream, I can be your trading partner, but having a trading partner that you talk to consistently, that is definitely helpful. I was talking to Smith, and he was trading gold earlier, and unfortunately, he started trading the Nasdaq or he tried to trade in gold like the Nasdaq. And Investor Z, I actually referenced something that you said to me, and as I thought about it and as I think about it, it's definitely true. Uh, he showed me the setup that he took, and I was like, dude, why the hell are you longing gold when that shit is in a downtrend? I was like, that is that NQ tendencies right there. And Investor Z says that I be abusing gold and treating her like she's the NQ, and that's exactly right. And obviously, I'm not going to see it if I do it, but I saw it instantly when I saw Smith was doing it. I was like, dude, why the hell are you trying to log a damn downtrend? Like, dude, this ain't the NQ. And it's crazy how us humans, we have that blind spot. It's the craziest and stupidest shit in the world. Why do we have that blind spot? It's like, if you don't have any friends, you will not see any of your faults because for whatever reason, we blind ourselves from our faults. And like I said, when I do it, it's like, oh yeah, it'll bounce. Yeah, okay. But then when I see somebody else do it, it's like, dude, why the hell are you doing that? And so yeah, he sent me the screenshot, and I was like, dude, no, that's not how you trade gold, bro. No, that shit was in an obvious downtrend, and you're trying to long it. Yeah, you're asking to lose. You're asking to donate your money to the market. I think actually, let me see if I can actually find it. Cause let me see if I can find it. Cause I had to send him. So I got into a short position. So around 8 o'clock is when he. And the crazy thing is, that's when we were short. So around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 9:30 ish. So 9:30 is he tried to long gold. Okay, yeah. So he tried to long gold here. What is that? 33.25. Yeah. So around here he tried to go long on gold. Oh, why didn't it work? Because it would have worked. Hold on, let me look at this. Why didn't it work? I'm pretty sure on the charts it must have did something. What did it do? Because I mean, if you went long, you would have caught it. Am I seeing the time right? Is it, no? That's like no 9:30. It's at 9:30. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah. Never mind. Okay. So yeah. He tried the long gold here. All right. Yeah. Okay. I was like, dude, why didn't it work? I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah. So he tried the long gold right here. And unfortunately, he long gold at the breaker structure to the downside. And I told him that you can't do that shit. Gold is not that type. And I think what probably pissed him off is when he probably got stopped out. That's when gold actually went in the direction that he thought the market was going to go into. And I think we all know how that feels. I think we all know how that feels. Uh, yeah, 337. Yeah, this like gold likes to do like 10-point legs, which is really good. I mean, you can kind of counter trend gold, but uh, it likes. I mean, on if you're kind of trading against the trend, it likes to make 10-point moves and then it'll continue in the direction. That's something else that I've noticed with gold as well. Yeah, just about 10-point moves. Yeah, 10-point moves. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. So he said that gold is completely banned from his charts. And I was like, bro, come on, man. Give gold another chance. Give gold another chance. You can't treat her like she's the NQ and then expect her to. All right. So the question is, you know what? We're gonna do it. Damn it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna see if it's gonna get us in at these stop dots because man, these stop dots right here has been pretty accurate. So we can see if we can kind of get tagged into this for a move higher. We'll see. I'm not going to chase it because you can't chase gold. Gold is just like the ES. You can't chase gold. You can't chase ES. You can, but all right. So we got that trend line break on the Nasdaq though. You can chase Nasdaq. You can chase this short for sure. But okay, so let's see. You say you're short right now? Well, I do want to point out, just be careful. I'm not saying that it won't work, but we do got a range. We do got a breakout, and this is technically the pullback. So we'll see. The trend indicator is saying that we should go long. I'm going to trust the trend indicator. We'll see if it'll tap me in. Gold is literally thinking about it. It's like, huh, should I tap him in? There we go. All right. All right. So we're in. I took this trade because of that trend indicator right there. And from all the back testing that I've done, that trend indicator has been very accurate. So we will see. We will see. I mean, if I get stopped out, I definitely will leave my limit where it's at. I'm definitely going to leave my other limit where it's at because uh, I do think that if price goes down there, we could see a potential bounce. But we'll see if this trend indicator is going to be right in this situation. So you wanted to go to 3354. Shit, that's exactly where my stop is. Yeah, I'm using the super trend, David. I'm using the super trend. I mean, so far so good. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I don't necessarily care for the EMAs to be above price right now. Uh, that's my only concern in this is that price is below the EMAs. Hey, what time frame are you using? You said that the 200 EMA is underneath your price. What time frame are you using? Or are you using a tick chart? It feels like, I mean, they're buying here, but it don't feel like they're gonna hold this. I mean, this does feel like this thing's gonna collapse. That's what it feels like. Obviously, I would love to be wrong, but feels like we're gonna see a collapse. It doesn't feel like the bulls are holding it. They're buying it, but they're not holding. Like I said, I would love to be wrong here. Okay. Yeah, that's just too much playing around. Either they're gonna buy it or they're not. They're gonna buy it or they're not gonna buy it. Oh yeah, I forgot. Uh, I'm gonna look more into this. So apparently the reason why we got this mega pop on the Nasdaq and this mega pop on the ES is apparently according to the durable good orders, more manufacturing is actually coming back to the United States. What would suggest that I guess Trump's tariffs are actually working, is actually doing what he said that he wanted to accomplish, is bringing jobs back to the United States. And this report at least suggests that's happening. We all know that these reports can be manipulated. I mean, Biden was doing it his entire administration, or at least closer to the elections. Uh, as I kind of looked into that with all the job datas and saying that there was over a $800,000 job discrepancy. So apparently there was over hiring in the government sector, and that's where those numbers came from. And apparently that's why Elon and Trump's administration let go a lot of government workers, is because obviously last year they were hired to manipulate the numbers. So that could also be the case here. We don't know. But that's what the data suggests. The only thing that matters is how the market reacts to it, because that's how we make our money. How the market reacts to the data. We don't care if it's true. We don't care about how we feel about it. The only thing that we care about is how the market reacts to it. And we had an 822 point move to the upside because of that. So that's how the market felt about it. But again, like I said, we retested that high. So, I mean, even though the market is euphoric, we did get a liquidity sweep above those highs. And it does appear, at least for right now, that the market is going to come down. So we'll see. We will see. Mm. I don't want that much data, especially on if we get volatile days, all that data is going to just slow down. It's going to just slow me down. I don't need that much data. Probably just only need like a week or something. Probably like 2 weeks. Because I mean, we're only day traders. We don't need to have the overall story of the market. We don't need that. We are just day traders. Yeah, as long as we got the gist of what's happening, close term, maybe like the last 2 weeks in the market, that's the only thing that we need to know. We really don't need to know anything else past that. Oh shit! Look at that trend indicator wins again, huh? Look at that. Look at that. All right. I guess we got to trust the trend indicator, huh? I guess if the trend indicator is showing that this is a good area to buy or sell, that we should listen to it, I guess. Because that's a whole lot of buying, or actually that's a whole lot of stops getting ran. If we can see a continuation above these highs and get some of these targets hit, that would be great. Hey, yo, what's up, Alfred? What's up? Yeah, so Smith said that he's completely banned trading gold. He's completely banned it. Shit, honestly, the way that gold is moving, and man, hopefully it keeps up this way, man. Hopefully it does, man. I would love to just trade gold, especially if it's going to move like this. Gold does fit my style of trading. The Nasdaq does, but the only thing that I don't necessarily care about trading the Nasdaq is the unnecessary retracements. I can't stand that. I mean, if the Nasdaq finished the job the first time, like how the Nasdaq, or not the Nasdaq, the ES and gold trades, like you don't have to worry about an unnecessary bounce until you get to support. So you can safely have your targets well above support. Price is going to hit it, and then it's going to bounce. If the Nasdaq traded this way, the Nasdaq would be perfect. But of course, she chooses to do all kind of crazy ass shit like this. Kind of like what she did earlier today. Kind of like what she did earlier today in the stream. That pullback, she stopped me out just to do this shit. Like it's so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. I mean, not only did she hit my target, she obviously exceeded the damn thing. So it's like, at this point, I'm so tired of it. And that's why I trade gold more. Cause it's like, I didn't know gold. Well, since gold is moving like that, or the way that it has been moving. I like being right and staying right. I don't like the feeling of being right and then made to be wrong and then I'm right afterwards. So it's like, yeah. So I'm kind of getting tired of that. Kind of over it at this point. Kind of over it. Kind of over it. Mm. So I'm just using the default settings. I'm using the default settings. Um, from how I understand, David, uh, these these indicators they come out of the box ready to work, and they only work on instruments like the ES, any instrument that trades in a structure. So they already come. I mean, these settings are out of the box. I don't change it. I don't need to change it because they work. I feel like the only reason why you would be changing the settings is if you have a volatile instrument like Nasdaq. I would want to say Bitcoin, but Bitcoin seems to follow it too. Honestly, in my opinion, you don't even need it for Bitcoin, in my opinion. But the trend indicator seems to work for any instrument that trades in a structure where if you see a double top, it's not going to break above it and then come down like the Nasdaq does. I don't think it works for the Nasdaq. I haven't necessarily seen it consistently work on the Nasdaq. I feel, and this is my opinion, that the Nasdaq respects levels more than she respects structure. So as long as your levels are good, then you don't really need anything else on the Nasdaq because she doesn't necessarily react to ranges. She does, but she doesn't. She reacts to the EMAs, she does, and then she doesn't. What I've seen consistently work is levels. So that's what I've seen consistently work. Okay. So that's obviously a break right there. They sold it at the EMAs. I'm on the wrong side of this market, so I'm gonna get stopped out of this one. Let me see if I can actually find like a follow-up trade just in case. Mm. Just in case they fail here, because I mean they're still buying here, but gold is still in a downtrend. So mm. And they rejected perfectly off this 200 EMA too. Mm. Okay, so let me just see. Mm. No, 33, 5, 6, 2. Mm. 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 If we can see a green bullish candle breaking out and closing above these EMAs, I'll potentially add to this. Okay, so there it is. All right. I mean, so but right now we do got 39,000 contracts trading in gold right now. It seems like the liquidity switched from the April contract to the May contract for Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens here. If I get stopped out, I'm willing to go long right here. What do you mean by that, Ustani? You said trade evade is doubling your stop loss and halving your take profit. What does that mean? So if you have a 5-point stop loss, is moving into a 10-point stop loss? And if you have a 10-point profit target, is reducing it to 5 points? Is that what you're saying? Mm, well, mm, okay. Mm. Yeah, it does look like I'm going to get stopped out here. It does look like that it's going to happen here. Or maybe I should just wait for until the fat lady sings, huh? Mm. 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 Yeah, it looks like they're selling it off to 21 right now. Looks like they're selling it off of 21 EMA right now. You say you're starting to like the longs now? Bulls are holding it, but until we get a strong close above that EMA, and I think that's probably what the bulls are waiting for here. I mean, that is very important on gold. These EMAs is very important. As you can see that the market will reject at these EMAs. That is a strong close right there. Mm. Mm. That is a strong close. Yeah, I made a mistake today in my TradeVid account too. I just thought about that. So earlier when I went short, or at least I thought I went short, apparently I went long in the account. And when I saw that my target got hit, I was thinking, damn, yeah, I got day one completed. And I looked and saw that I was down, and I thought that there was a mistake. Yeah, I made the mistake. I went long instead of going short as the market was going down. So I lost money in that, thinking I made some. I don't know how I did that. I don't know how I mistaken a buy stop for a sell limit. I don't know how, but that's exactly what I did. So, all right, go. What you trying to do? Mm, they rejected it at the 50. And that's why I was waiting for that strong close above the EMAs just because of stuff like that. Because if we got above the 50, we got the 20, the 200, the 50, and the 21 acting against us. But every time the bears sell this thing lower, the bulls come back with a vengeance and buy this thing. And so if we can see it, if we can see a pop here, I mean, that would be nice. Mm. Or if they're just going to drop it, hurry the hell up and do it. I do know one thing for certain. Once the market figure out which direction is going to move, it's going to be a run because we got both the bulls and the bears. Their stops are right there. Their stops are right there. So it's a battle of who gets the stops first, who gets to the other side of the market stops first, and that's who's going to win this battle. I do feel that way, Alfred. I do feel that way. Yeah. All right. Well, this is a this right here, a retest of this trend line if we get it. Mm. Shit, are we gonna blast? I think we blast. Come on, Bulls. I've been buying this thing all day yesterday. It got to the point yesterday where I was like, I'm done making enough. I made enough money yesterday. I just walked away from the charts, and I just hate when the market does this stuff when you walk away. All right, here it comes. See if we can get this thing to pop, buy into their stops, and get this thing to pop. Yes, I trade NQ as well. I can trade anything, but lately I've been trading more gold than Nasdaq. Lately, I've been trading more gold than Nasdaq lately. Says when do I trade NQ? Uh, when she's acting right. Right now, looking at NQ, we got to break of the trend line. But I mean, right now, NQ is not necessarily moving. We can look at her and watch paint dry, but she's not necessarily moving right now. And I wouldn't get long here. I mean, you could, but uh, this right here is not a good area to get long. I would wait for a retest of potentially the trend line. It's highly unlikely that the bulls get it back above the trend line. So I would wait for a short when price comes back up here. Uh, Look at my spreadsheet and see what level that I would actually get long at. Or I'm sorry, get short at 19, 19.4. I mean, it already kind of bounced at this level though. Bounced at this level. I mean, I doubt that it comes back all the way over here because it just doubt that. I want to see what happens when price gets back up into this area. That's what I would watch for on the NQ. Gold bulls, are y'all gonna blast us or what? Yeah, because NQ's a bitch. Yeah, I don't even know why either. Hmm. I mean, obviously the Bulls want to buy this. I don't know why they just don't pop this up. Hurry up and pop this thing. Let's buy into these bear stops. Okay, cool, cool. All right, let's push past this. We can get past this, Bulls. We can get past this. Okay. Yeah, the Nasdaq is definitely taking her time. Uh, hmm. All right. I mean, shit, we up in gold, baby. We up in gold, baby. We're up in gold. Oh. And so this is definitely the final boss for the Bulls right here. It's 200 EMA is definitely the final boss right here. The Bulls got to push past that. We could potentially see a retest of this high, potentially a push further. Hopefully, for my targets, we see this thing push past that. But the Bears are definitely trying to sell this thing, but now price is in a very interesting spot because now we got both of the EMAs at price instead of price being underneath it. So that's going to be kind of hard for bears to sell into this because they're selling into the EMAs and people are going to buy at these EMAs. So unless we see a nasty red fuck you candle, it's going to be a very hard for bears to sell this thing. We need to see a red candle closing underneath these EMAs to have price sitting above it again. All right. If we can get above that 200 EMA, we should be good to go to the moon. We should be good going to the moon, but I mean, if they can't, if it ain't going to go up, then it's going to come back right down. I mean, if you're in this with me, you should be able to take some profits if profits are your concern. You know, I only care about the profit. I care about the targets. I don't care about the profits. I want my targets, damn it. I don't know. This thing always does that. I mean, it's kind of counterproductive. You do it that way. I mean, yeah. I mean, your ego is vindicated, but we don't get nothing done. You just stand in the same spot. Okay. So, I mean, we'll see if Nasdaq has pulled back to that area that I was looking at, because gold ain't doing nothing either. I mean, Nasdaq is kind of playing around the same way. I mean, shit, there ain't no point in looking at the ES because this shit ain't gonna move at all. Give me a second. Give me a second. You said, why don't I move my stop to break even? Well, the reason why I don't. Hold on, give me a second. Get this thing done real quick before I go to bed. Because after I get off stream, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed so we can be fresh for tomorrow's price action. Because I think we're going to probably see a lot of. We're definitely going to see with Fridays love to run, so we're definitely going to see a big move in either the up or downside. So kind of want to be prepared for that. Okay, so this is done. Okay, this is done. Apparently it's not done. So the main reason why I don't adjust my targets or my stop is because over time I've realized that if you're right, then I should just trust my trade. Even though I kind of joke around about fucking the profits and it's all about my targets. I mean, what that translate to is I'm just focusing on the process of the trade versus taking my profits. Because if I start focusing on my profits, I'm gonna stop paying attention to the process. Now, if I get stopped out, I mean, of course, it's gonna kind of upset me, but I usually have trades hit my target, and I want to keep it that way. If I move my stop up to break even, we've already seen how many times this thing attacked my break even. It attacked my break even about 20 million times. And it's now going in my direction. So if this thing comes back to my break even, stops me out, but it's still going in my direction, what's most likely to happen is that I'm going to try to chase it. So instead of just chasing it, I'll just keep the position the way it is. If I get stopped out, I'm only losing how much I'm willing to lose in this trade. I don't take a trade to break even. I kind of mean that. I'm not taking a trade to break even. I'm taking a trade to either win or lose. That's kind of foolish. All right. Okay, so that's done. All right. So another thing that I've noticed about gold is that I'm not saying that it won't pull back, but once gold is kind of going in its intended direction, it doesn't pull back. Once it finally breaks out to the direction that it wants to go into, it usually continues to go in that direction. Nasdaq ain't doing nothing right now. So I've had trades where I can be, especially on the Nasdaq, where price is literally points, ticks, whatever away from my take profit, and it reverses and it'll touch my break even. I've had plenty of trades like that. And like I said, it sucks when stuff like that happens. But as long as I'm paying attention to the process and the structure, and eventually price will come back and hit my targets. I would prefer to do that. I don't like getting in and out of trades. I just don't like that. I don't like getting in and out of trades. You'll rarely see me take scalp trades. Rarely. I prefer not to take those types of trades. But like I said, if it comes back to my break even and stops me out, then yeah, I'll kind of feel some type of way about that. But it comes with the game, I guess. It's a part of the game. You think so? Technically, this could be a head and shoulders pattern right here. Technically, that's why I'm kind of waiting to see if we either break out, because I mean, this can be the head, this can be the two shoulders right here. And we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's exactly right, Rose. Hey, what's up, Rose? It's been a while. Yep. So I usually use right now. I remember. Actually, let me look at it. I think it's a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. Let me look at it. Okay, so yeah, so it's so the first target is a 1 to 2. The second target is a 1 to 3. So I guess a 1 to 2.5. A 1 to 2.5. Because I mean, well, depending on how many contracts I trade. I mean, this will be a $1,200 loss if it hits my stops. It'll be $1,200. I lose $600. I'm risking 30 points per trade. And I obviously I start my positions with 2 contracts. So I would lose $600 if it were to hit my stop. So it'll be a $1,200 loss. But I can make up to $1,800 to $2,000 if it hits my thing, or if it hits my targets. So, and depending on how well I notice the market, I can scale into this thing and make potentially more. So it's like, that's kind of why you're starting to see me more focus on gold, because it's kind of hard. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't like using that word. It's challenging to safely scale into the Nasdaq. You kind of have to get in all in one at one spot. You can, I mean, you can do it if you prefer to scalp, but how I trade with my risk to reward, it's kind of hard to do that, to safely scale in and to hit my targets. But I'm starting to see that I can definitely do that more often with gold and ES, when depending on whenever I trade her. But this is what I will do though. This is what I will do, because I think I'm about to get that MI coming to bed pretty soon. So this is what I will do. I'll just put it underneath this low. Yeah, I'm about to get that. Are you coming to bed soon? I'll put it underneath this low because I'm not about to babysit this thing. All right, so let's see what the Nasdaq does here. And this is something that I really don't do, but because it's so late and I'm not going to babysit it, I'll adjust my stop, so at least it's not a loss, and I can just come back tomorrow and make whatever money I need to make in this account. But another reason why I don't move my stop up is because the market kind of knows. I mean, the market is engineered. The market is engineered to take liquidity. And right now, everybody and their mom has their stop underneath this low. So it would not be unheard of for the market to come back, take the liquidity, and push back higher. That is another reason why I don't move my stop. That is another reason why I don't move it. Because I understand that that's what happens. The market is engineered to do stuff like that. It needs liquidity to move. And so it likes to go underneath the previous candles, like right here, swipe liquidity under this. You see a pump up. You just consistently see it take out previous candles and where people are trailing their stops. And I feel more comfortable now in this trade. I mean, price is still hovering at that 200 EMA. But right now, price is above the 21 and the 50. As long as price is above that, price can start trending. We could potentially see a cross here, actually. We could potentially see these two EMAs cross. And once they cross, it's over. There we go. And that's why we trade the process. That's why we trade the process, people. That's why we trade the process. Let's run that high, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take. Oh no, no, no. All right, that's why we stay in our positions. That's why we stay in it. Okay. I'll just take. See, that's why I don't take profits. But I'm about to get that. I might come into bed look. So I'm about to do this. I think that's a great way to end the stream. All right, that's cool. That's cool. All right, guys, that's it for me tonight. We made $2,100 just like that, baby, just like that. And Kaizen, I hope that answers your question why I don't move my stop. That's why I don't. I don't move it just because of that reason right there. All right, so we got some movement in Nasdaq. All right. All right, so let's see. We got price to come back in. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go on the sim on this trade because honestly, I don't particularly care to trade Nasdaq right now. But we got it to 25. We got the 25. But we got the drop from here. Price is now trending. You know what? I'm gonna sell this trend line. I'm gonna sell it. I'm in the sim. I want to be very clear about that. Yeah, gold is gonna probably hit my targets, but like I said, I'm good with what I made. Price is trending down now. We're making lower highs. We're making lower highs. What is that? 401. All right, so about what, 28.50? 28.50. All right, so we'll see what happens here. But like I said, I'm about to go to bed. But all right, guys, we'll definitely come back tomorrow, and we'll definitely look for more ways to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody. Have a good night.